Hello, my dear grow-up gardening enthusiasts. Have you all wondered which crops are the best in this game to gain money and are cheap and easy to obtain at the same time? Well, if you have, then you are in the right video. This is a video where I will be telling you the top 5 crops which any beginner can start with and proceed to get better crops from that. So let's begin, shall we? Alright, so keep in mind that before you get these crops, you will have to begin with the basic carrots, blueberries, and all if you need the oni to get them. BTU once you do, consider yourself pretty rich already, because these crops are an extremely good source of profit. Okay, so first up, we have the mango fruit. You may be wondering, this is a mythical fruit and is pretty expensive for a beginner. Well, yes, you are right to that, but this crop not only looks good in your garden, but it has the ability to keep growing fruits again and again. So once you collect the fruit, it can keep growing again without you needing to spend any more money. It sells for a pretty decent value, and you can also maximize the profit you gain by using deers. Consider using sprinklers to boost the growth rates of the fruit and to increase the chance for a mutation. Mutation can highly increase the value of your fruits if you didn't know. Although sprinklers are a bit expensive, this step is not compulsory and can be used later on rather than when you just start the game. Okay, now let's move on to the second crop, which is the bamboo crop. Okay, hear me out. This might be a bit expensive for beginners, but once you have a steady income from starberries, blueberries, and carrots, just buy a few of these crops to make really good profit. Each bamboo costs, I think, 4,000 or 4,500 coins, but once you can buy them, plant them, because they sell for prices up to 40,000 coins. And when it is mutated, it has even higher value. Like really high value. Now the best tip for the bamboo plant is to aim for getting high weight bamboos, as this can increase the value of your crop significantly. And the second tip is to try to get the wet mutation. This can be obtained while it is raining, or you can use a sprinkler, although it's rare. But I think it is always better to plant these bamboos when it is raining, so you don't have to make any additional spends. Now that was the second crop, and let's move on to the third crop. The third crop is apple dock. This legendary, reusable crop produces multiple apples per tree, each selling for a decent amount. With proper care and space, apple trees can be a reliable source of income. But here is the good news. The apples are not that expensive, and there is a high chance to get a shiny, mutation, wet, or a rainbow apple because of how many of these are produced in each tree. I honestly love these apples because they sell for a pretty decent amount. So yeah, this is the third crop. And the main tip I would give you all is to keep checking on your apple trees to ensure that they're growing at their maximum potential. Do not plant your apple tree close to another apple tree or any other crop in general, as it can decrease chance for mutation. Instead, give proper space for these trees and plant more during the rainy season, so you could get wet apples or mutated ones and increase the growth speed of it. Now the fourth one might be a bit hard for people to get because it's an exclusive fruit, but it's definitely worth all the effort you will put into getting it, because this fruit is none other than the peach fruit. The peach crow is an exclusive multi-harvest crop that offers high returns for the effort you put into getting it. It also looks unique in your garden according to me, although I never got it. I have seen it and it looks cool. But here's the bad news, it is not possible for you to mutate these crops. I wish you could, but you cannot. But even though you cannot mutate it, it still has a really good value when you are selling it. And it can keep growing, which is the best part about this plant. Now my tip for this is to ensure you plant this crop in a place where there is space for it to grow and there is enough sunshine as well. I don't know why, but I think it is better to grow the crops in open areas, especially ones like pear and apples. Anyways, now let's move on to the fifth and final crop. This final crop is like the hardest one to get out of all the ones I have mentioned in the video so far, but it is really good if you wait and get high profit and rich. This fruit is the soul fruit. It is a divine fruit which has extremely high and insane profits. It has high base value, but its values are skyrocketed when it is mutated. If you want to get insane money, this is a must-have. I sadly do not have it though. Now, I do not have a tip for growing this crop BTU. I do have tips on how to get it. I will suggest you all to keep an eye out for special events where this crop is available or for seed packs which contain the soul fruit. It was available in the exotic seed pack, which costed around 199 Robux for each. I am sure that there will be more seed packs in the future which will contain this crop. But sadly right now you cannot get it and is unobtainable. And that was the final crop for getting rich. And finally, I will be going over tips and tricks to maximize the growth of crops overall. So the number one tip is the sprinkler strategy. Sprinklers reduce the need for manual watering and ensure the right amount of hydration for these plants. It could also increase and boost the growth. Pro tip is to keep the sprinkler in the center, where it can spread across to all crops. You can upgrade the sprinklers to increase the range as well. Now, the second tip is to take advantage of the weather. If the weather is a rainstorm, I would suggest you to grow as many plants as you can, as it speeds up the growth and also has higher chance of giving your crops the wet mutation, which can increase the value of them heavily. Now, the second weather is thunderstorm. This can give your crops the shock mutation. It is rare and highly valuable. And a pro tip for this is to make sure you on harvest your crops before the event. Instead, wait and see if your crops mutate during the event. If it does, just know you have made yourself some insane profit. The third tip is to space your crops properly and grow them. Because if your crops are crowded with multiple crows around it, there will be slower growth and lesser chance for mutations. So instead, make sure you leave at least one block of space between each crop. This can speed up the growth of your plants, and it can also increase the chance of your crops becoming rainbow or gold. And now the final tip is to use growth boosters, which are also known as gears. This can be bought in the shop. But once you buy this, it can increase the speed at which your crops mature and grow. You can also use in-game upgrades for this. I mean, this is not a required thing to do, but you can do this to cross the limits of gaining profs. And yeah, that is all I have to say. Alright guys, so that is pretty much it for this video. Keep in mind that these are not the only options, and there are many other options out there, but I have searched out for the best ones according to me. If you are completely new to the game, then just start out normal with carrots and berries. But yeah, and before you all leave, make sure you like this video. It helps me a lot if you all do, cause I can see if this video was enjoyable and helpful as well. And secondly, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I had no uploaded any videos for a while, but now I have made a comeback. And I will upload more regularly. And finally, comment down below any other tips you all have in the comment section down below so beginners can see that as well. See you all in the next video. I'm out.